Hey guys, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. So we started last episode on the front side of our base here to farm sweet berries, which we are actually turning it all into silver coins right here. Let's maybe just put a little emerald upgrade on this just to start with. At the end of the episode, we also finished automating the precision mechanisms, which is the chapter 2 end item. There's a few cleanups and modifications I've made to this. I did add this drawer here to buffer the skystone dust. But we can't really call this system fully automated. We don't yet have iron production. Right now we have to feed it manually on this depot. And to be able to use these mechanisms in the craft, we do also need brass casings, which take brass sheets. And brass automation is something else we are still missing here. So I think we're going to start today by fully fleshing out this trade system. Now that we at least have the ability to craft some brass machinery, we can grab some more trade stations, or maybe even buy them. I think this quest is repeatable. So we can spend 30 silver coins to get one trade station. And I think the first goal for today is to get 24 of these trade stations, one for each of the different items you can see here. And this will mean that we can passively generate things like diamonds, we can generate zinc and copper, which will turn into brass. This can also be our source of iron, which we need for the melter down there to make the electron tubes. But yeah, to get anywhere with that, we're going to need some more brass. I'm going to make some up manually, hopefully for the last time here. And let's see where this journey is going to take us. I'm sure there's some more rabbit holes we're going to find along the way. But this is going to be a lot of fun, I think. Oh, and you know what? Before I forget, let's make a brass tunnel. We are over here at the kinetic mechanism automation for chapter 1. We have to replace this andesite tunnel with a brass one and enable round robin on this thing. There, and that way it properly distributes the andesite alloy between these two belts and should mean we keep producing kinetic mechanisms. So yeah, instead of crafting all these trade stations, I think these actually take one brass machine each. Since we already have thousands and thousands of silver coins backlogged, we're just going to keep repeating this quest and yeah, buy all of the trade stations we need. So doing this does also give us the Sterling Dynamos, which I didn't actually realise, so I started crafting all this stuff. We're going to keep using Sterling Dynamos, although I would actually like to switch over to lava. I think long term we're going to be using magmatic dynamos, and lava automation is something we may get to today, but since we have these Sterling Dynamos and we already have wood being routed over here, we're just going to keep using this for the time being at least. But yeah, let's stop all this. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's stop this production for now. Tear all of this out and we're going to completely rebuild this setup. Alright, so I've been doing quite a bit of building here. I may have gotten a little bit carried away with this with this setup. But yeah, I completely redesigned the processing for the trade stations to generate silver coins. We are still using our sweet berries, although I've moved the output drawer from this side over to the back side over here. So it's a bit of a mess out the front here. We need to tidy this up, but we'll figure something out here later on. But yeah, the portable storage interface now sits on this side, outputs via this belt. So we are also using these brass funnels, which allow one stack at a time to be extracted, which means we don't have to spin the belts quite as fast to get as much throughput through here. But yeah, then we have 3 trade stations up from just 1, and all of these have the profession farming, which allows the trades for the sweet berries. Power for this thing is still an issue actually, and something we still have to figure out. So once all the silver coins are generated, they're placed in this drawer, and then sent down below this lower level, and this is going to be our trade station setup. I'm not entirely sure which design I like best. I'm leaning towards the one on the left though. I think this turns out a little bit cleaner, so I think I'll probably switch this side over to match this one. But for the inputs and outputs for this thing, I've built like a little wire room back here. But we have started using these item pipes. These are, I mean, not too expensive. We get 8 at a time for some brass. So these pipes, I think we have to filter, so I have them all filtered for the silver coins to import to the trade stations. And we also have low retrieval modules on there, which basically pulls from any inventory. So the inventory these are connected to is going to be this drawer up here, which is where these silver coins are going to be. Actually, we're missing an andesite funnel right here. And I think these pipes, I was doing some testing with these, I think they do round robin by default, which is going to be quite nice. But yeah, if we're going with this design, we have to actually move these pipes to the bottom side, I think. so that they are also connected to all the drawers. We don't have access to a drawer controller yet. We're close. Yeah, we're super close to the drawer controller, but we don't have zinc machines yet. Which means I think we're just going to have to filter the extract from this. It's going to get pretty expensive, but... or maybe we won't bother with the extract until we have the drawer controller, actually. And we can just manually take from the output of the trade station. Either way, though, we will have to hook up these Stirling dynamos. And then also somehow feed the wood in here. As I said, we're going to be moving to lava. It's just that we don't have lava automated yet, so yeah, let me move all this around and get these pipes and dynamos in place. Alright, we got both sides switched over to be the exact same. Now what we have to do is actually filter all of these brass pipes. So we want to put a retriever module in each one and filter this for the silver coins. So while I was building this, I did want to make sure that I built it in such a way that it was going to be easy to expand. So when we probably inevitably add more trade stations for the further shipments, like we're only doing these materials here, the base metals and gems, but we can also get like blocks or wood or, I don't know, I guess mob drops. We can get mob drops this way. We will probably end up building more rooms this way and then just adding more trade stations. But yeah, if we fill the silver coin drawer, we should see, oh, this is so cool. I think I still prefer the item conduits, but yeah, these pipes are pretty awesome. Yeah, so all the trade stations should end up with an even amount of silver coins in there. I think maybe these ones on the end, I did some testing earlier, should already have some. But these ones in the middle didn't get any for some reason. Oh, it would help if I plugged these in. Every single series that happens. So all of these modules actually are getting kind of pricey. I mean, it's a brass machine for every 4. And then we stone cutting these to the ones we want. Although I did notice there was actually an extraction one instead. I'm going to try this instead of the retrieval one. And there's also a round robin one here I noticed as well. Let's try this, which I think we'll need if we're doing extraction. And if this works, I'm going to be so sad because it means that we didn't have to craft one for each trade station. We could have put it on the drawer itself and had it export from the drawer rather than pull into the trade stations. So since we don't have the wood hooked up yet, I'm just going to use a drawer to simulate it as if this is where the wood is coming from. And then let's try putting our low extraction and the round robin on here. Okay, these don't seem to be getting extracted. I wonder if these item pipes basically share a block space for the retrieval module, and because they're filtered for the silver coins, they're not going to be put in the dynamo. That would be my guess, because I don't think there's like multiple sides you can access these things from. Yeah, that looks like what the issue is. I had to add a separate connection here on the back of the dynamos. And because these ones don't have any of the filters attached to them, the wood will be sent into the dynamos. So yeah, it just means that we have to have an extra line of cables right here. Or pipes, I guess. I guess is what they're called. We do have to craft a few more though. This is a hefty upfront brass cost for us. But I think it's going to be worth it, to be honest. Okay, so to get the wood down there, I mean, I know this is going to be temporary, but I still think I would like to hook up the wood. I may actually move the belt to this side, and that means we can have it routed underneath, and then through the wall here somewhere. But we do also have to have it split off to the top here to power these dynamos for the trade stations for silver. Either way, I do think we have to get rid of this belt, right? I mean, it looks horrible. Oh, there's going to be wood spilling everywhere as well. Okay, so now we have an equally ugly belt running across our base. Of course it is still going to be temporary, but running it on this side means that we can power these trade stations. As I had, yeah, you can see the wood going in there. I had the input belt coming from this left side. Alright, so if I'm not wrong, these should now be receiving items. Oh, these have to be pointed the right way, of course. Let's make sure this middle one is also important. Oh, and you might be thinking why we didn't use pretty pipes for this setup. Well, that is a very good question. And whenever we switch over the dynamos, I think I'm going to switch over to using pipes. We may keep this belt for the sweet berries, but once we get to this point, so it's easier to round robin. And we can also get rid of all this spaghetti in here. But it works. This is the main thing. Oh yeah, look at all those coins coming in. Okay, now we have to set up all of these trade stations. And I think to keep things simple, I'm going to do them in the order they appear in the shipments tab. So the first one's going to be iron, the next one's going to be zinc. We're going to need a bunch of coins to buy all of these import cards though. Yeah, so we want the import for zinc. That's going to go in this second trade station. We are just going to let it buffer 1 stack in the trade station for now. And then we'll come back and probably add a drawer controller in the middle somewhere. Hook up all of these drawers and then they should automatically get imported to these. Alright, this is getting pretty crazy, but I'm liking it. So we now have the trade station set up with all of the import cards. With 2 exceptions here, you can see 2 drawers missing. This one here is emeralds and we're also missing diamonds. So both these trades, instead of silver, we have to trade gold coins instead. And to get the gold coins, we have to trade a stack of silver coins. So we'll need an extra, at least one trade station to do that trade for the gold. And then also filter gold in these 2 trade stations for the emerald and diamond. However, it's not really been very much time at all, and we're already out of silver and out of sweet berries. So the whole backlog has now been traded for resources. Also, every time I walk down the stair, I don't think I like this belt anymore. I thought it would be cool to be able to see all the silver flowing across here. But I think honestly it's just in the way. We're going to have to find another way to get the silver back there. So I think for now, I've been working on this for many hours actually. I think for now we're going to take a little break again from this silver coin automation. It's something else we'll come back to once we have the drawer controller and also a power solution. But at least now we can come through here every now and again and we can just, you know, grab some iron when we need it. Grab some zinc. This pretty much means no more mining. I think there is still 1 or 2 resources we can't get this way that we'll have to mine for, but those are quite unique and not something we use very often. So if we take a little look at our quest book here on the overview, we completed chapter 2. Well, technically completed chapter 2. There's still a few more things we have to fix with this, but I think we should move on to 2A, which will give us access to the zinc machines, and this is where we can build our drawer controller. So yeah, I guess let's make our drawer controller the next goal. So this apparently opens up some more quests in chapter 2 here. Oh yeah. Okay, so more automation challenges, awesome. So it looks like we have to automate twisting vines, weeping vines, and also lava. And this is also that we can make our next infernal mechanism. I think we had a look at this in episode 1 maybe. Yeah, this takes the liquid soul and also lava. Okay, so for lava generation, we have a couple of different options available to us. We could just magma crucible if we built a big enough cobblestone generation. But using magma crucibles, I mean, it's all been done before, right? And this is no fun. So instead, what I'm thinking here is we actually use buckets of lava and we throw these through nether portals to transport our lava back to the overworld. We can use something called the hose pulley from Create if it's attached to a big enough source. And I think the number is 10,000 source blocks. So I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here and hope that this pool is 10,000. I think it's connected to all these other ones over here. Oh, and I didn't even craft a thing. We only have the copper machine. Okay, let's set up our portals first. So we're going to need some way to pump this lava, some way to load the buckets, and I guess we'll need an unloader on the other side as well. Oh, and twisting vines. Yeah, we need to automate these as well. I don't know what the best way to do this is, to be honest. I guess we'll also need rotational power here as well, as we'll need to power the pump, which powers the hose pulley. Let's start with the portal though, and then we'll figure out the rest later on. Okay, it looks like this lava pool does connect up to all the other adjacent ones that we can see on the map. Okay, it's been a while since I've messed with nether portals. Let's hope I've connected this up correctly. So I did move the one that was next to our farms. I'm going to actually mark this location just in case. Okay, are we going to connect up? We are nowhere near our base here. Oh great, okay. Maybe we have to pick a different location in the nether. I'm glad I checked that before I started building all the pump and things like that. Okay, I got us a new portal. I think I've got these linked. Funny enough, this is actually right where our old one was. So we're going to do it here instead. This should take us back to our base. Yeah, this is exactly where we want to be. And over here where the portal is, next to our chapter 2 automation, is where we'll do the lava unloading. So we'll have the unloading station here. Got some more digging to do for that still, but yeah, let's figure out the nether side first. So I was doing some testing in creative mode actually, and apparently this hose pulley will just lower to wherever the source block is if you give it rotational power. So I think we'll place the pulley on the opposite side of this chunk. Yeah, we're gonna have to fill the buckets and then throw them through the portal. So let's leave some space, but let's also make sure we're in the same chunk. And rotational power is something else that we still have to figure out actually. I think we're going to use water wheels though. Of course water doesn't work in the nether, but we can use lava I believe. Okay, so if we just dig down here, let's be careful. I'm sure we're going to hit some lava, which should all be the same source. Yeah, and we'll place our pulley right about here. We will need some fluid pipes. I think it comes out of this end, and the rotational power has to go in this end. Buffer this into some fluid tanks. Oh yeah, I forgot, these have to be horizontal. That's kind of unfortunate actually. Yeah, it has to be square. I'll have to craft up another 2 for it to form the multi-block. And then from the tank we'll feed into a spout, which will fill the buckets and then be tossed through the portal. Is what the plan is anyway. Let's hope it actually all goes to plan. But we can't build all of this on netherrack, right? Let's clean some of this up I think. Alright, so I grabbed some more items and made a little bit of a safety wall for us. So first of all, we're going to have the lava from this tank fill the water bucket on the depot. Actually, you know what? This has to be 1 block higher. Yeah, and that way we can put the depot right here and then brass funnel from this and make sure that it's filtered for a lava bucket. So this system here can fill lava buckets, which will then be tossed through the portal. And I was doing some testing here. I think if we throw it on this block here, it will always come out of the other side on the same side, on the same block on the portal, basically. So if we throw it in the middle block of the portal, it should spawn in the middle. So I have some hoppers on the other side, similar to here. If we throw the torches through, I'm hoping they're inside the hopper. Yes, they are. And one is on the left and one is on the middle, since that's where we toss them through. Yeah, and then on this last block on the portal, we can send through the empty buckets again to be filled. So then once the empty buckets come back, they'll be placed in these hoppers. I guess we have to deal with that somehow. I suppose we can just point one into the other. If we have one pointing into a belt that will be here, and the middle one pointing into the one on the left, then we can do something like this. Yeah, that should work, right? All we have to figure out now is the rotational power and actually getting this hose pulley to work. Oh, and also praying that this is this is actually an infinite source of lava. Okay, so water wheels, how are we going to hook these up? I think we maybe stick them on the back here, and we'll have 2 sets of 3. Yeah, and before we place all the lava here and probably end up dying, let's actually hook up all of the cogs and things to actually pull the rotation from here. Actually, I'm going to plug that, I don't trust myself. So these, in theory, should be spinning at the same speed. We can large cogwheel from here. Oh, you know what? This isn't really ideal the way this is, because all of the other cogs are on different angles. So we'll have to spin it, I think, using a bunch of gearboxes. And also power this one here. Okay, I think I got all the cogs and things figured out. Let's grab some lava and try this out. Yeah, this is basically right next to where I had the portal before. I'm not really sure how that sent me all the way across the world though. Okay, they are actually spinning, which is a good sign. So I think all we have to do actually is break the block underneath the hose pulley. Oh, it was broken already. Maybe we just have to spin it the other way. There is actually a fill function on the hose pulley if you connect it to a tank. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the hose is being lowered into lava. This should tell us on the tooltip if it is an infinite source or not. Yeah, bottomless supply, you can see there in the tooltip. We got the advancement. I think that means we're pumping lava. Oh, look at the rates as well. This is so much faster than what I anticipated. Yeah, we're already at 9 buckets, 10 buckets. Okay, this is great. Okay, so then is the spout going to fill the buckets? Yes, they are. We'll have to filter this brass funnel to only output the filled buckets. We'll need another brass funnel for the inputs, which will input the empty buckets here. And we have to get all these belts moving as well. There we go. First lava bucket is going through the portal. Let's just double check those actually ended up in the hoppers. Nice. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, we got lava in the overworld. Let's finish off the nether side first. I think since I changed this configuration, we can get rid of some of these gearboxes. Yeah, half of these ones we don't actually need. Let me fix this. Oh, this is glorious. One more belt to power right here. But I managed to actually speed everything up as well. I think all we need for this is 2 encased chain drives right here. There we go. So I don't think we want to add any sort of buffer on this side anyway. Let's make sure we just chunk load this though. So this will keep pumping lava. I mean, I guess we could probably expand the lava tank. We can easily adjust that later on though. Let's first take care of the overworld side for the unloading. And yeah, this this is going to start with some more digging, of course, as always. Oh, and it's good to see that consistently the lava buckets did end up in this left hopper, which is what we want to see. This is awesome. Alright, so we got some space cleared out, and to actually empty the lava buckets, there's no fluid transposer, I don't think. Oh, there is a fluid encapsulator? Huh, I wonder if this is the same item. Well, regardless, I don't think we have access to this anyway. This takes invar machines. We are instead going to use something called the item drain. So the idea here is going to be the same as before on the other side actually, where we have one item hopper pointing into the other one, and then we will belt out of this. So when we place the drain next to a moving belt here, and we have a bucket of lava, it will actually empty its contents inside. Then all we have to do is buffer this in a tank. Trying to think of the placement of this thing. Yeah, I think this could actually work. So yeah, we have the input belt going into the drain. This just needs a funnel on there. I think we can get away with an andesite one here. And then we'll have a brass one on the other side, filtered for empty buckets this time. Yeah, and then all we need to figure out is rotational power. And I think we've got lava automated. So as for rotational power, I'm still going to keep using water wheels here, even though it really makes everything look bulky. We do now have access to the flywheel actually, which is something we might look into, and we'll centralize some power sources. But for right now, this might get taken out, but for right now we're going to just keep using the water wheels here. Alright, you've seen me build these many times by now. We have 320 SU from this. Now comes the fun part, which is actually powering all of this. This is where all the jigsaw pieces fit together. Or hopefully fit together. Here's all the cogwheels, here they are. Okay, that is the pump powered. We just need to power these 2 belts now. And I think the best way is probably just with some gearboxes here. Okay, that's spinning the correct way, and then if we place a shaft in the middle, and 2 vertical gearboxes, that's the wrong way. Encased chain drives, that's what we want. No, that's not what we want. What am I doing? Actually, you know what, it's probably easier with 2 vertical gearboxes on the back there. There we go. Piece of cobble on there as well, that shouldn't be there. Alright, well that was a fun challenge to automate that lava. Much better than the igneous extruder though, right? And the empty buckets should have been sent back. Let's go check the other side. Aha! Along with a piece of dark oak. I think that was from when I was digging. Oh, another one's coming through. Let's add in the rest of the lava buckets here into this mix. Just to add them to our system here. I think I crafted... Oh, that is a problem though. That should fix it. Yeah, if the buckets back up, then they will be stopped by this trapdoor here. And this now means that we have lava available to build our dynamos to power this silver coin automation. Although while I was building the lava thing, one of you guys left a comment actually letting me know that there is the numismatic dynamo in here. This thing from thermal. And with the numismatic, we can actually burn silver coins for 100,000 RF. Which is actually pretty efficient. We can siphon off some of these silver coins to fuel its own system so that it's fully self-contained. So maybe we do that instead, I'm not entirely sure. If we were to go with lava though, we'd have to transport it over from there to this setup here. And without ender tanks, that's going to be a long fluid pipe. So yeah, I don't know. Leave your suggestions in the comments. I know that we can also... There's also a culinary generator, which can fuel from any type of food source, including the sweet berries here. So we could actually... That is also another option. But yeah, I don't know. We still have to, of course, expand this farm as well. But I think this is all something we'll save for next episode. And speaking of next episode, I think it's going to be a live stream. It's going to be our first create live stream. The plan for the live stream is just to do some building mainly. I would like to start getting the walls on most of this place done. Maybe also figure out the ceiling here as well. So if you'd like to tune into that, it's going to be from 12 until 5 GMT. But yeah, with that, I think that's going to do us for today. Let's take off the lava quest here. We have lava automated. At least we can say we got one quest done, right? But yeah, that is going to do us for today. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for some more Create Above and Beyond.